Hi everyone. I'm back with another Christmas piece of jewelry. I'm on this Christmas kick because I work for the government, so I get every stat holiday off in Canada, and every November 11th, which is our Remembrance Day, I always decorate for Christmas. I always did because I have that day off. So I am trying to get myself in Christmas spirit, being that I just lost my mom a couple of months ago. And I'm sure she wouldn't want us to all be, you know, forever sad. So I'm trying to get some Christmas spirit going here. So today I want to show you how to make this very simple but pretty Christmas ring. It's flat. It's got some crystals in it. I just didn't want this big, huge, gaudy ring. So I thought, well, let's make something kind of square, you know, Christmas colors. Kind of looks like holly and berries and cranberries. It's just pretty Christmassy. I did use, from my winnings that I got from Preciosa Ornella, I used some of my solo beads that came in the package, which are these red beads. And in place of these beads, if you don't have the solos, being that they're so new, you could probably use drop beads, just little drop beads, the small ones. I'm sorry, I have a sick dog here. Everybody's sick. Even everybody at work is sick. So anyways, I'm going to tell you what you need to make this ring. I don't even know what size this ring is because I put it on stretch band, so it's stretchy. It'll probably fit all my fingers. So for this I used 8 of the solo beads. These are the new Preciosa Ornella solo beads that look like a twin bead, only they only have one hole in them. So you need 8 of those. You're going to need 12 twin beads, and I'm using a green color. You're going to need just not too many 50 no-seed beads. You're going to need 4 6mm Czech polish beads. These are those fire polish Czechoslovakian beads. And you're going to need 8 3mm bicones. That's what these red ones are. And I'm using, for the band, I'm using these 2-hole spacer beads. They're kind of cool beads. Not beads, spacer beads anyways. They're silver plated, but they have 2 holes and they're perfect for making a band. Now you could stick a seed bead in between each one of these, but I kind of like the effect of just having them all, you know, clumped together like so. So, and you're going to need about 4 or 5 inches, depending on the size of your ring, 4 or 5 inches of stretch cord, elastic, whatever you guys use. I'm using Stretch. This is by John Bead Corp in Canada, so I don't know what you guys would have in the United States or any other country. 6-pound Fireline. You're going to need not too much. I've strung like 2 feet on my needle. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a size 10 beading needle. So I want you to gather all your materials if you want to make this ring with me. It's very quick, it's easy, it's simple, and beginners can even make this. It is a variety of little beads all clumped into this little one ring, but this ring is so pretty. Everybody I showed this ring to absolutely loves this ring, so I didn't know what else to make with the solo beads. And I don't have, this is actually my first ring tutorial, so I didn't know what to do, so I made a simple, easy ring that everyone can make with me. So I'll see you back here in a minute. Okay, to get started, first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick up 1 15, 1 twin bead, 1 15, a twin, a 15, a twin, a 15, and a twin. So on your needle, you're going to have 4 of each. You're going to have 4 15s and 4 twins. And you're going to bring those all down to the end of your fire line, and you're just going to run your needle back through all 8 beads that you just strung on. So from working from the tail up, run your needle through all these beads again. Okay, there we go. And you're just going to make it into a circle, like so. And then you're going to tie some knots. So I'm going to tie a couple of surgeon's knots, wrapping twice, and watch you don't catch your 15-0 because I did that the other day. And one more. And pulling tight. And I lost my needle. Where are you? Alright, now you're just going to run through a couple of your beads. Just run through them. It's just because I like to pull my knot in, and it's hidden really well inside that area because we're just going to cut that tail off. And then you're going to put your needle into the top of, you're going to exit out of green bead, twin bead, and you're going to put your needle through that. Like so. Then you're going to pick up a 15, a 3mm crystal, and a 15. And you're going to do that 4 times. You're going to just go right through the next twin bead. Pulling it. 15, 3mm, and a 15. And through the next one, pulling tight, a 15, a 3mm, and a 15, and through the next bead, a 15, 3mm, and a 15, and exit out of, go through your green twin bead and exit out of the 15 right there beside your 3mm crystal. So you should have this. One sec. Okay, sorry about that. I was just trying to find out what's going on with my dog here. Alright, so you're exiting out of the 15, right in here. You're going to pick up 1 twin bead, 1 15, 1 twin bead. So you're going to have this on your needle. You're going to skip the 3mm crystal and go in, back in through the 15. Just going to go over the crystal, and you're going to exit. You're going to go through the 15, through the twin, and through the 15. Can you see that? And exit beside your crystal. So you should have this. Again, a twin, a 15, and a twin. Exiting out of the 15, skip the crystal, and go into the next 15, the twin, and the 15, like so. And pull. A twin, a 15, and a twin. Skip the crystal into the 15, the twin, and the 15. So you're exiting out of the 15 there, and pull. twin, 15, and a twin. Wow. My son bought a bird, and is it the sweetest bird ever. But he's just being a nuisance right now because he knows I'm trying to talk on a video. I know he does. Alright, so you should have this when you have completed all 4 corners. This is what you should have. Now, excuse me. Sorry, I just had a lot of distractions here today. First the phone, then the dog, now the bird. Alright, so as I was saying, this is what you should have when you finish putting all the rest of your twin beads on. You are exiting out of your 15-0 after putting your last group on. You're just going to go across into the twin bead only, into the bottom of the twin bead, like so. Pull your needle through, and then exit through the top of the twin bead, like so. And that's what you'll have. So we're going to pick up another 15, a 3mm and a 15. And you're just going to go right across to the next. This is a side bead, so the in-between here, so these are your corners basically. They look like corners, but they look like that. Where there is no, where there is no 15 between 2 green beads, so this is where I don't want, it just depends where you exit on this piece. So where there's only, where there's 2 15s here, this is where you're going to put the crystals in. The crystal and the 15s. Like so. Pulling it tight. You're still exiting out of a twin bead. Then you're going to pick up a 6mm, and between the 2 twin beads that you just put on is where these 6mm are going to go. And you're not going to put any beads in between them. Again, a 15, a crystal, and a 15, your 3mm, and into the next one. This is going to be all kind of funky kind of shape, but don't panic, it'll go into shape. Oopsies. Then you're going to pick up a 6mm, and in between the 2 twins that you put on is going to sit a 6mm. 15, crystal, 15, in between, like so. Crystal, 6mm, in between the twins. Oops. Like so. 15, and this should be your last crystal. And your last 3mm crystal, and put on your last 6mm crystal in between your beads. Didn't want to get through here. Alright. So all I'm doing here is I'm going to try and exit out of this last twin bead, but I can't. So I want you to go right across this whole entire row and into the 6mm crystal, but you're not going to be able to do it all at once because you'll bend your needle. So pull this nice and tight. Exit out of your 6mm there. And this is where your ring's going to get pulled tight by putting on your solo beads. So for this, I'm exiting here, keeping your crystals all nice and straight. I'm picking up a 15, a solo, a 15, a solo, and a 15. So this is what you're going to have, and this is what you've got. You're going to come across and go right directly into the next 6mm on that corner, and pull, and you're going to kind of get it, see, like that, and this is going to kind of push up. 15, solo, 15 solo, and a 15 across into the next 6mm, pulling tight, 15 solo, 15 solo, and a 50. And right across into the next 6mm. And one more time. You can kind of give your crystals here a little push up. 15 solo, 15 solo bead, and a 50. And across into the next 6mm. So we've pulled this nice and tight. And you may want to go all the way around these beads inside here. You may want to go all the way around just to give it a little bit of reinforcement, because you don't want it to break. So that's what I did. I just went around these a couple of times. I am seriously going to cut this tail off, so it's driving me crazy, as it always does. Alright, so I'll go through all of these a few times. Oopsies. And I'm actually going to give this ring to my sister, who has much smaller fingers than me, so I'm not making this one as big as the band. At least go around this twice. Snug it right up. Don't want to go too many times, because you have to go through one of these, two of these 6mm with your stretch magic. The band is so easy when you use. Okay, I think I've got my ring good and tight where I can release the thread and the ring's not going to pop open. So there's the top of your ring. Is that not pretty? There's the top of the ring. So I'm going to tie off my thread now, because I don't need my thread any longer. And I'm going to tie it off between twins, or the solo beads, and the 50 nose, just because I have to go through those 6mm with the stretch cord. And I'll pull this tight, go through the 15 and another solo. Okay, like so. Pulling it, and one more good 1/2 inch knots. And I like to put my needle through the hole twice. And alright, now I'm just going to go through the 15 here and through these group of beads and cut my thread. Just done. And this part is going to be easy. Just string your, this is never easy, this stretch magic, but if you can push those 15s out of your way, you can manage to get your your stretch magic or stretchy cord through like so. Now all you're going to do is string on 4 50 nose on each side of your stretchy cord. So 4 15s on this side. If you're wondering about the diameter, this is 0.5mm stretch cord. So make sure you don't use anything too thick, because I don't know if it'll go through your 15s. So put on 4 15s And here comes the fun part. Trying to keep them even as I can. Alright. No, it's not too even. Alright, now I got it. Now it's time to put on all of these. These go on super fast. So you put on one side of your spacer bead. I got these spacer beads from my jewelry store here, a bead store here. I have one in town here that I like to go to, but I'm pretty sure if you can't get them in your local bead store, you could probably order these 2-hole spacer beads online. I never checked, but these are, I've seen these on a few projects online, so give that a check out. Alright. I'm only putting 17 on. On this one I put 19, and it's quite big. One sec. Okay, so I've gotten all of my 17 spacer beads on my Stretch Magic, being careful I don't lose this end. And I took my other piece, I've lined them all up nicely like this with the Stretch Magic. I took my other end and I'm going to try and just go through all of them without any hassle of having to go put each one on individually. So let's see how this is working, and looks like I did it. So there. It worked, and I'm trying to keep my ends even and consistent. So this is what you've got so far on your band. You're going to pick up 4 more of the 15-O's on each side of your Stretch Magic. 2, 3, and 4. So there's 4 on that side, and 1, 2, 3. Try not to drop your other ones. 4. All right. Now, all you're going to do is you're going to go, you're coming out of this 6mm here, and you're just going to go across and tie it off there. So which end, whatever end you want, being careful not to lose one of your ends, you're going to try really hard to get your Stretch Magic to go through one time, pushing the 15mm out of the way, and it is not easy. There we go. That's all you're going to do. And you're going to tie this ring off. So I'm going to do a box knot, square knot, whatever you want to call it. So it's right over left. And left over right. And pull tight. Now you can pull that knot inside here, but before I pull that knot inside, I'm going to run some glue on that. You can use hypo cement, you can use super glue, you can use nail polish, clear nail polish, and to be honest with you, that is what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to use some clear nail polish, and that's it. The ring is made. Look at how simple, pretty this ring is. And just cut these off after your glue dries. you've got yourself a pretty ring for Christmas. Next week, I'm going to show you with the same component, I am going to show you how to make these really pretty earrings as well. Again, using solo beads. So I made these, I've used these red and white kind of 6mm fire polish beads, and today I used just the white. So, you know, the rings are a little bit different. I like to stay with the theme red and green because it is Christmas. But you can see I used different fire polish beads. You can use whatever color, whatever bead you want to use. So stick around for next week's tutorial and learn how to make the pretty matching earrings. Or you can go ahead and make these components and make whatever matching earrings you want. If you want this design, I'll be doing this next week. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Well, it's a little easy tutorial. Pretty ring. And I'll see you again next week with the pattern on how to do this. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.